You know, let me go through. Oh, I should say that I'm live this time on, the socials. But, hey, I'm playing Coffee Talk again. I thought I'd be done yesterday, but I wasn't because there was kind of a weird little ending thing at the end. So I investigated, found out that there's actually something else we can do in the game, find out a little bit more. So we're going to figure that out today. First, let me just make sure. I'm going to check on my tablet real quick to make sure I'm live and you can hear me and all that good stuff. So let me hear real quick. Whoops. Yep, you can hear me. I'm definitely live. All of that is good. Now I'm gonna say that I'm live on social media real quick. Now that I'm realizing that I should just say live before, but also, because then if they click it, they're gonna be like, well, that's disingenuous. But I don't want to be like live in a couple minutes, because then they'll forget about me by then, and they won't love me anymore. Let's see, live. Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna go. What? Oh, okay. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Live finishing Coffee Talk right now. Return. And then I found out this time I have to do the HTTPS www.twitch. Oh, whoops, that's a Z, not a period. Twitch.tv/ Sorry, I'm live. Finishing Coffee Talk right now. We're gonna see if that link works this time. Well, it didn't. How did I do it wrong that time? Why is it not working? I don't know why the links don't. I don't know. www.twitch.tv/ There it is. I capitalized the H. Now that I'm, 3 minutes into the stream, only 2 minutes into the stream, I'm looking down at my phone talking about how I'm going live. How are you guys doing? Are you surprised that there's, like, secret stuff in Coffee Talk? I was. I'm very surprised. So I'm gonna pull up the guide real quick, and then I'll open up the chat and everything right after. So this is saying God of Caffeine is the trophy, and it's find the secret of the barista. The secret behind the barista is accessible after you complete the game once. Post credits, Neil will return to the shop and I think they're saying give a few hints on how to obtain this trophy, which is also the true ending. The hints are blah 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 blah. It was first when Freya told me, I should actually read it. First when Freya told me about meeting her in the elevator, then it was the first time Rachel visited this place, and the last one involved you on your second visit. And there was also one right after Freya got her draft approved, and this is when you replayed day 1, day 3, day 8, and day 14. Don't have enough fingers. Start up a second playthrough and skip the text with the skip button. It'll stop on new text on days 1, 3, 8, and 14. You could try to load up the days with alternative text, but some accounts say that this doesn't work in unlocking the true ending. After you've replayed these days and saw the new slip-ups your barista did, it's time to finish it. Neil dropped a final hint saying that you'll know how to communicate with him. And then go back to when you encounter Neil for the second time on day 8. Now serve him a Milky Way. This will prompt the trigger for the true ending after this daily update 14 to earn this trophy and see the ending. So we're gonna do this. I've been seeing conflicting reports on when to serve Neil the Milky Way. So I'm gonna try to just give it to him on day 8, I guess. Like the first time I do it, because I'm seeing some people say that. I'm not really sure. It's hard sometimes with like smaller games like this where there's not as much like, because I was also seeing conflicting reports, but it is what it is. So they're saying do a second playthrough. Okay, so I hit play game and then it just starts, but I'm still in the Hideki barista thing. So hopefully I'm gonna skip through all the dialogue, which I think should hopefully be cool with anyone, because if you wanted to see the story, this is literally all gonna be the same until the new dialogue, which is gonna stop itself. It's gonna stop the auto skip. So this is just the opening credits. I'm hoping that the stream won't take too long. At first I was envisioning 30 minutes because I thought I would just go back to the days, but now that I'm seeing conflicting reports on whether or not that works, I am just gonna do the whole playthrough from scratch. And now I'm thinking more like an hour. The goal for me is that I want to be done before 2 p.m. because there's going to be the Silent Hill announcement stream, and so I wanted to watch that. I could watch that live on stream. I don't know that I'd really have any like insider commentary to give. I'm not a huge Silent Hill fan. I don't know a lot about the franchise. I'm definitely intrigued, and there's definitely some games I want to play. But it's like I've never played a Silent Hill game. I didn't even get to play PT because I didn't have a PS4 when that demo released. So, you know how it is. Let me open up the chat and everything real quick. Okay, just to make sure I'm not ignoring anybody while I have this. I am seeing that we have a viewer in here, though, which I don't know if that is me or if that's a person. Hello, thank you very much for stopping by. You don't have to say anything. It's very cool to just lurk. Oh, I actually have to hold down forward, sorry. So let's see how this goes. I think I still have to make the drinks, which, like, sure, that's going to take me, like, 20 seconds. But you know how it is. It's fine. So apparently we're going to learn some new... There's something going on about, like, timelines and stuff based on what we were talking about, based on what Neil was talking about, and we found out that Neil, like, existed out of the spacesuit. It was actually kind of hot. Oh, wait, here we go. You were about to tell me about your meeting in the elevator. Oh, yeah, that. Huh? Wait, I didn't tell you that. How did you know? Well, I was just guessing. No way a guess could be that specific. You're being very suspicious. Maybe. You have another news source. I have no comment. I knew it, but I haven't told anyone about this. Oh, wait, was it someone who saw me entering the elevator in a hurry? Theorize all you want. I won't comment on anything. Okay, okay. I understand the importance of keeping sources confidential, so I'll pretend you never said anything. Thank you. Whew. So yeah, where were we? Okay, so that's the first hint. So that's interesting, though, how this timeline thing works, because the first time we play, we didn't get this dialogue, but now, I guess, theoretically, this is the second timeline? Or, like, this is the second time we're doing all of this? I don't know. So then we're just going to skip through all this. So this says, anything with chocolate, please. So I'm just going to do 2 chocolate, 1 milk. And see if she likes that. Especially because I don't have a big menu. Yeah, milk chocolate. I mean, that should be fine. It's either this or dark chocolate, right? Let's see. Thank you. I do want to see what she says, just make sure. So warm. Perfect. It's like, I do just want to make sure she likes it. I was also seeing something about, like, a bad ending, possibly, so I did want to look at that. And I saw one other thing where there seems to be something with Freya about her when she talks about... Oh, Lord, okay. Anything with milk and draw some latte on it. Okay, fine. Let's do... let's do coffee, milk. Because I wasn't sure if that's tied to the true ending or if that's just for unlocking the good art, because as I was talking about last time, it was like, oh, her book, like, didn't sell well, and I was like, well, that's weird, because I thought I did everything, but no, there are some secrets. Oh, I actually have to pour the milk first, so let me just, invert, etch, whoa. I can't do coffee art. I can't do art in general, to be completely honest. Is he gonna say the same shit? Here's your order. Is that what you call latte art? Yeah. I think that's the exact same thing he said last time, so. Yeah. Oh, I got an email from Converse. This is, like, the hard part, is that I kind of wish you don't have to do a whole second playthrough. I mean, I'm glad there's a fast forward button, so it's really not going to take that long. But it's still one of those things where, like, I have to sit here and just be like, alright. You know, like, holding this while these guys are, like, doing a whole thing I've already seen before, you know. Okay. Especially for, like, very, like, minimal. I really wish you could just reload the days. Green tea latte. So do you think that'd be 2 green tea, 1 milk, or would that be... No, because I think cafe latte is 1 coffee, 2 milk. So let's do green tea, 2 milk, and see how that goes. So there might be 2 different things we're looking at. Is one with the stuff with Neil, and then there might be, like, a little mini thing with Freya. Which I was actually... But I don't know if you learned that from Neil or, like, how that works, but... You know, I am intrigued. Okay, so is that it for day 1? So I didn't realize, I guess there are only 14 days in this game. It's so weird. It's like when you think about that, where it's like, oh yeah, it is just like... Well, technically it takes place over the course of, I think, roughly a month and a half, because Freya's gone for about 2 weeks. There was, like, a little bit of a time skip. But yeah, it's, like, so weird to think, like, oh yeah, you do just do 14 days, like... like, almost like stages, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, didn't even think of it that way. Oh, I have to do the werewolf stuff again. Oy. I wonder what happens if you do the Galahad and, like, you already know. Also, if I go back to this playthrough, is everything reset? No. I still have all this stuff. Which then, I'm also questioning, like, is it something where if you make them the wrong drink? Because now I'm like, why? But then I definitely made Hendry the wrong drink at least once. But, like, why is Hyde only 2 out of 3 bars is, like, one of the things I'm questioning. Like, at what point could I have raised it, you know? I think all the recipes are the same. Or, like, I think I have all my old recipes and everything. So that's interesting. Because there is something about, like, it is very weird to think that you're saying all these things, like, trying to, like, not blow your cover. Anyway, a cup of sweet, healthy coffee. What's sweet, health? Okay, so, like, sweet, and then let's do another thing of sweet. Coffee, honey, honey. Or, like, blowing your cover is some sort of, like, time traveler of some kind, or, like, you're an alien or something, you know? I'm not fully sure. He should like it. It should be fine. She wants espresso, as per usual. But yeah, how have you guys been doing? I've been good. Just hanging out, you know, doing stuff around. I put up a poster recently. I'm looking at it right now. It was the 20 Rendezvous Fancy Takes Flight tour for my brother, and me. It's actually signed, which is crazy because I think it was on like $20 to $30. But I love it. It looks great. It is a little like bent up, and there are some like little mini tears from rolling it up and like traveling, which kind of sucks. I wasn't like because I didn't know what merch they would have, and also I didn't know what poster, because I've also been to some of the virtual live shows you can order posters, but personally I haven't been like a huge fan of those posters, the ones that I've been to from what I remember. So I was like, well, I don't know, and so it's like I kind of wish I brought like a poster tube, even though I don't know if they would have necessarily allowed me to bring a poster tube just to like to the venue, you know. But yeah, like some other sort of contingency plan, I wish I was a little more gentle with it. But overall, like, you know, it still looks great. I can't stress enough, it's like little mini ones. Let's see, coffee, ginger. I forgot, what was the Galahad? It's like, can I give him it now? Let me see real quick. Oh, it's tea, milk, and ginger, so no, I cannot. You're locked out of it for the very first time. Because I have green tea right now. Yeah. I'll have whatever he's having. What did I just give him? I literally already forgot. I think it's coffee, ginger, and honey. What's Hyde gonna say? Serve it up, baby. Here's your order. What's he gonna say? You like it? Good choice. Okay. He's happy. Well, this is with fast forward on, huh? They're still just... Okay, there we go. Yeah. I'm glad love wins. I'm glad there was, like, I'm very intrigued to know, like, how... Like, how would you get the bad ending in this game? You know what I mean? Like, that's what... Because it's, like, I feel like it's very linear. I think the only thing is, like, if you're specifically serving people drinks they don't like... Oh, you know what? I could see if you don't serve Gala the right thing when he's a werewolf and you don't calm him down, I could see something bad going on with that, actually. And then I guess suddenly I served Freya the wrong thing when I gave her the triple shot of espresso instead of giving her the bed chamber. So I could see that. I'm trying to think about the other characters, because I feel like I'm trying to think of other characters that are like contingent on a certain drink at a certain time. And I'm just not, like, in my mind, I'm just not seeing it, but I could be wrong. Oh, and then Neil, of course, like, but I think that one you're not even, like, you wouldn't know. Same thing with Freya, I don't think you're supposed to know to give her the bed chamber at that time, but even though there are definitely hints to that, where it alludes to, like, you know, I give people what they need, not what they want. Uh-oh. What did you just say? Ruh-roh, a cup of honey milk, please. Got it. Milk, honey, honey. I don't know why they do that where it's like instead of like the actual order. Here you go. It's not like it's hard to like go back in the dialogue and see. So right now I believe we are on day 3, which again, it's out of 14. I mean, this has been going on to stream. Oh, whoops. Okay. I got very scared for a second because I forgot that I paused the Twitch stream. So I was like, why am I not moving? Why is it broken? But no, everything's good. Milk and nothing else. You got it. I'm less than 15 minutes into the stream, and the first like 2 to 3 minutes were me like telling people I was live. So yeah, I don't think the stream's gonna be too terribly long unless there's like I guess to be fair, it actually depends on the level of new dialogue in these future days, as well as whatever goes on with like the ending, and you know, if I want to look up like the bad stuff. I don't want to do the bad stuff, you know, and also I don't want to like reload the days, or like I'm not gonna do a 3rd playthrough. But I am intrigued enough. You know, it's one of those things where like it's hard to complain when it's so simple to do the 2nd playthrough, because it gives you the option to fast forward through everything, so I do really appreciate that. unlike some games where, like, Lord, it's, like, trying to get, like, 100% completion can be, like, so annoying. Like, what was I thinking of? Oh, I was thinking of Link's Awakening. Because, like, this is more like the Zelda wiki than anything else. Green tea, lemon, honey. Where I think Link's Awakening, technically 100% for them, was, like, you can't die. Because if you played through the game and beat it and you don't die, like, the girl, like, shows up in the sky or whatever, like a silhouette, or I forget I think she's a seagull in the normal playthrough, and it's a picture of her and, like, the, like, true ending or whatever. Man, I played Link's Awakening on the Game Boy through, like, the 3DS Virtual Console, and I was like, wow, I do not like this. And then I got it on Switch, you know, it was on sale used or whatever. And I was intrigued by the art style. I do have the little amiibo, and I do like the art style, but game-wise, I think that I just don't like Link's Awakening, to be fully honest. I did like it a lot more on the Switch, I think, than the Game Boy, because I think something about the fact that the Game Boy is broken up into chunks, of, like, you know, what you can see, which I'm, you know, I understand that there's limitations to the hardware. Is this new? I agree with Officer Georgie. You don't need to make a snap decision. I'm sure you and Mr. Henry will find some common... Did she say her name? Or is his name? Why are you all looking at me like that? How do you know my father's name? Ah, oh no, what was that? Nothing. Dad's visited this place before? I can't say anything about that. Huh. You were just about to say something, weren't you, Officer Georgie, right? Well, I was. I wanted to talk more about your problems, but now... Interesting. Isn't this... Did they say that there'd be new dialogue on... Oh, they did in day 3, and then it's 8 and 14. Okay. I remembered 8 and 14, but I forgot about day 3 new dialogue. As I was saying, yeah, it's just because the fact that everything's broken up into, like, screens, whereas everything flows, on Link's Awakening, like, it's not like it stops for a second and then moves, which I think was really hard for me personally in terms of, like, spatial awareness, in terms of, like, where I was in the game. And so I played it on Switch, and I definitely liked it more on Switch, and also the other thing with the Switch, it has more buttons than the Game Boy, which is really nice, because I was getting really sick of, like, having to switch between, like, okay, I need, you know, this item to get through here, this item to get through here, and it's like you have to pause every single time, and, I personally found it to be kind of like a frustrating experience, and I was just really glad it was over. Ginger green tea, make sure it's very warm and bitter. So do I do... Okay, green tea, ginger, ginger. Ginger green tea, perfect. Just make sure he likes it. Good. Glad you liked it. Oh, I can't fast forward. Did I do it wrong the first time? Huh, that's interesting, because it didn't let me fast forward. But I feel like I've been able to fast forward through other people talking about whether or not they like the drink, but maybe I'm wrong. So I'm wondering if... I mean, yeah, I guess it might be like a thing where it's like if you give them the right order often enough. Warm and sweet without coffee. Okay. So, what's warm and... Because, like, okay, this is warm. The only thing... I'm worried about, like, the bitterness. Milk? What would that add? No. No. Because there's tea, which gives you 4 warmth. Okay, right? This gives you no warmth. She said without coffee, so it has to be tea for the first thing. And then this would add warmth, but not sweetness. Let's try that. It's not as warm as I want it to be, but we're gonna see. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the exact same thing I did last time. Honey tea, so let's see if she likes it. No, they're letting me fast forward through this then. Okay, so maybe I did do Hyde's drink wrong the first time. That's interesting. But yeah, with Link's Awakening, just like general stuff I didn't like about the game's design. Even in the Switch version, I was just like, oh, I just want this to be over. And then I don't even think I got all the seashells, or even like the 20 seashells or whatever you need to, you know, get upgrades. In the Game Boy one, I think I did like fully 100% it, but the Switch one, I was like, listen, I've done this already. There wasn't anything really that intriguing. But yeah, I restarted Skyward Sword. Well, not restarted. I started it again because I played it on the Wii. I actually didn't have that many issues with the Wii Motion Plus that a lot of other people did at the time, which I was very surprised about because I went into it actually kind of like worried about the fact that you have to use the Wiimote to like control everything. But in general, I didn't find it to be. I don't think that I necessarily found it to be a positive, but I was like pretty neutral on the whole thing, except for it was like bomb chew bowling, I believe, or I don't know if it was bomb chews in Skyward Sword, but you know, whatever that was, I remember I was like, oh, I fucking hate this. That was it, and then I got like through like an hour in the Switch, and I was like, oh my god, even with like the shortened introduction, I know they shortened some stuff. It's like this still stinks. I have to look. I forget if they changed its tea, milk, and ginger. Stamina, if they made stamina a little bit more generous, but like I know that there's like a couple quality of life stuff you can play with the controller, but it's like, I don't know. Let's try this one. Thank you, Hideki. Oh, so this is new too, because this is actually perfectly correct, right? This might be it. Are you sure? I'm not 100% sure, but please make a note of it in case of emergency. Will do. Okay, now I'm ready for the story. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, oh, how did I even get, I think I was supposed to be talking about, oh man, Super Mario Galaxy, I think is what I was talking about with, oh, well yeah, I was talking about endings and like 100% stuff like that, but I was actually thinking about Super Mario Galaxy as well, because the original Super Mario Galaxy, I'm looking at 3D All-Stars, like, right there, right now, you have to, like, play the whole game twice, because you have to get all 120 stars with Mario, then all 120 stars with Luigi, and then you get the 241st and 242nd star with both of them, but it's like it's not like Galaxy 2 where it's like the grand finale Galaxy or whatever, which is like super challenging, and like I actually really liked it. I like when they do those like hard stages, and I remember like replaying that one in Galaxy 2 because I really like Galaxy 2, not crazy about Galaxy 1, even playing it now, not crazy about it, but I think I liked it more than when I originally played it. You know, wow, it's like I just like start talking and then I like completely lose my train of thought. Anything. I'm just gonna give him milk. Because I don't think I'm supposed to give him, I mean, I can try to give him the weird thing today. If I don't even have it, so it doesn't matter, because I need mint for it. Okay, so it's designed that way. Okay. Oh, because, yeah, they send saying, okay, so that's smart. That's interesting that it's all planned out, so you can't, like, accidentally sequence break or anything. So, you can't accidentally come up with the right thing. That's funny. But yeah, it's just like going around the Mushroom Kingdom from like the very beginning of the game, getting some purple coins. I don't even remember if there's a timer, but it's like very easy, and I was like, okay. Cafe latte, that's coffee, milk. Galaxy 2 I really liked. I will say though, I think it was Barry Kramer, formerly of Game Grumps, who made a video talking about, I don't remember how much he got in depth on the specific thing, but he was talking about the different types of Mario where it's like course clear versus like collectathon, I think was like the thing, or like I forget how he phrased it exactly, but like versus like exploratory, like Odyssey's very exploratory, and to an extent I think 64 and like Sunshine kind of are, because you can definitely find stuff like in the overworld and like, but Odyssey, or sorry, 3D Worlds is very much like you're doing a stage, like you're, you know, Super Mario Bros. 2 obviously. But the thing about Galaxy 1 that I think, and I'm sure that if Galaxy 2 was in 3D All-Stars, which it should have been, it's like you're never in a place long enough for it to form really lasting memories, which I think is kind of like because I think that's one of the things Barry talked about where he's like, I remember liking it, but I don't remember anything about that game. And I think the reason why it's so kind of almost unmemorable is because you're never staying in an area long enough. Like when I think of 64, I can think of the worlds I was in, I can think of like the people I was talking to, you know, fairly well. Granted, it's obviously more recent than other people because I just replayed it. It would have been last year, I think, was the 30th, 35th, 40th anniversary, whatever. But yeah, it's a Galaxy. It's like, yeah, I remember like there's a bee. You know, I don't even remember if the Cloud was in. I think the Cloud was in the second one. There's like Boulder Dash, which is like the guy with the fists. You know, it's like. But in terms of worlds, it's just like, I don't know. Because you're just in them, like, all the stages, like, almost every star is like 3 minutes. It's tea, ginger, and cinnamon. You got it. Which this actually might be new as well. Like, I think I will get, like, Hendry, I think I'll get a little bit of new dialogue, because I definitely didn't do the Marrakech right the first time. I don't remember if I did the Masala Chai right the first time. It looks like I did, which either I already had it, or I got it right, or maybe I googled it. Did I say? I think I just said the same thing twice. But yeah. Odyssey I really like, though. Odyssey was so fun, and I'm sad that there's still no news on, like, an Odyssey 2 or something. 64 was fun. I feel like, I don't know which one I, like, hated 100%ing the most, or at least. Because all of them have their, like, good stuff and bad stuff, you know, roses and thorns or whatever. Previously, I used to think of Super Mario Sunshine as, like, my favorite game of all time. I would play it all the time, and now, of course, you know, I've gotten older, and that game has gotten older, and it's like, also, it's kind of hard to play it on the Switch. Not, like, difficult very much, but, like, it takes, thankfully, you can, what am I trying to say? Play with the GameCube controller, which makes controlling it, easier, because I don't remember if they actually have GameCube controller compatibility with, like, the pressure sensors on the left and right, which is how you adjust the water flow, which is very cool. Like, that was pretty cool at the time. But obviously the Switch doesn't have that same, like, push the button down so much for different levels of flow. So I forgot how they translated into the game, but they might have just, I don't know, but it was fine. I used a GameCube controller for, like, half of it, then the Switch, like, the Joy-Con for, I think, the other half, and it was like, oh, okay, this isn't that bad, but, you know, that is a game where I think they talked about how it was rushed, and it definitely feels that way, which is unfortunate, because, like, there's so many stars that are, you just trade in for blue coins. Like, I almost want to say, like, maybe 24, like, I want to say there's, like, around 240, blue coins in the game, which then every 10 you would trade into, like, the raccoon people. Actually, I think they're Tanukis. I think they're also Tanukis, probably. Which I didn't even pick up on when I was a kid, because I didn't play Super Mario 3D World. Or, not Super Mario 3D World, sorry. Super Mario Bros. 3. So he wants the STMJ. Oh, wait. Is that different than what I'm thinking of? Because I was thinking of this, but I don't think he wants that. Oh, I do remember he talked about it, though. But what am I thinking of with, Marrakech? Let me just look this up real quick, though. Coffee Talk, STMJ. Just because it's the second playthrough anyway, you know, it's like... Let me just get it right for him. Oh, there's a Grinch? Green... There's so many different drinks. That's so funny. Milk, ginger, and honey. I think the problem I had last time with this is that I looked up the dialogue of what he said, and I actually look right here real quick. Milk, egg, honey, ginger... Oh, you know what it is? It's funny, because I don't know if this is, like, necessarily a game design issue, but you know, it matters how you order these things, right? So he says milk, honey, ginger, but the actual order is milk, ginger, honey in terms of what you're supposed to be making, because what happens when you do milk, ginger, and honey? That might just be milk, ginger, or... Yeah, it might just be, like, honey ginger milk is what they might call it, which I think is what they call stuff when it doesn't have, like, a name, but it's just kind of, like, the ingredients you put in. So, milk, ginger, honey, let's brew it up, and that should be correct. And there it is, STMJ. So then this dialogue I cannot skip because I got it right. Yeah, okay. Ah, that smell, it brings back so many memories. I'm not going to do the accents, like, that's not even... It's quite difficult to find a place with a proper STMJ here in the States. I've traveled to so many places and none of them got it right. You're the first one to manage it. Okay. And now my favorite part, which is when he... Oh, it's so good that he just scoots. Good times. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's it for my gaming opinions. It's like, yeah, I wish Super Mario Sunshine was better. I mean, all those games, I'd be down for, like, a remake of some kind. Like, you know, they all have different aging issues. I don't know which one was my favorite 100%. I almost want to say Sunshine, just because it was relatively easy. Granted, I used a guide for the blue coins without, you know, I mean, I used a guide for, I want to say all of them, maybe not. I'm trying to think, because I don't know if I necessarily need one for Galaxy. because everything's pretty linear. I remember I had to use it for Galaxy 2, because of the green stars, which I had a lot more free time when I was younger. So I feel like now if I try to do Galaxy 2 and they're like, get the 120 green stars, I'd be like, hey, go fuck yourself. Like, I don't want to do that again. Because I remember using, I had like the paper guide. I remember being really excited about it. I was like, oh, and Bowser Jr. was in there and like the trailers or whatever, because I really like Bowser Jr. from Galaxy. And then Yoshi was there, which was also really cool. So I remember I was like really excited, I had pre-ordered, and I had like the paper guide. And then I remember like the paper guide they give you, like, I don't know if it was like Prima, I want to say. My last order might have been the right drink, but let's give it a try again just to be sure. Okay, remember it has tea and ginger. Yeah, it's tea. Oh Lord. Okay, I think it's tea, ginger, honey. I'll just look real quick. No, it's tea, milk, and ginger. Wow. Wrong. I mean, I just got honey and milk switched up in all slow order. Tea, milk, ginger. Serve it up. It's what Gala had. Judging from the smell, this looks like it. Indeed, I have the same feeling. I've made a note of that mixture. Perfect. Cool. It's like every time I actually have new dialogue, it throws me off so much because I'm like, what the fuck was I rambling about this time? Just like the 3D Mario games and all that good stuff. Ginger latte if you know how to make it. You listen to me, you son of a bitch. I do. No, that's not right. No, okay, wait, okay, what about milk, milk, ginger, right? Like, that seems like a ginger latte to me. Nope. Fuck. A ginger latte. And I have it right here in my purse for it. It's milk, ginger, ginger. Watch the space. We're gonna have a discussion. We're gonna start a dialogue. God fucking damn it. Okay, I'm gonna Google it. Whatever. Thought some people can't have it all. I can't. Ginger latte. Oh, oops. That's me closing the tab. Oh, coffee, ginger, milk. Right. That makes sense. See, okay. Before, you go in the chat and you're like, you dumb motherfucker. You don't have to have coffee. But in my mind, I was like, well, the green tea latte doesn't have coffee, but you still call it, like, a latte. But, like, yeah, it needs the base. I was like, well, there's no ginger base. So it's like, whatever. But yeah. Yeah, Odyssey was really fun. I loved it. I actually, not to brag, but I have my copy of Super Mario 64, signed by Charles Martinet, as well as my copy of Super Mario Odyssey. And now I'm, like, upset because the anime convention I go to, I was like, I don't want to go there anymore, because they were, like, doing some shady shit during COVID. And, like, there's just been, like, stuff about managerial stuff where it's like, oh, God, like, I don't know that I want to support that. But Charles Martinet has come there before, and I think he came last time, which I still... What was that noise? Was that the game, or was that me? I don't know what that was. I don't think, even now, I'm not sure if I necessarily feel comfortable going to a convention like that. I remember going to a convention one time and getting really sick. Not during COVID whatsoever. Can't stress that enough. This was before COVID. If anything, it might have been like, I was going to say right before COVID, but that's actually not true. I would say probably like 2018. I remember getting really sick at a convention. Not fun. But... yeah, it's like, I don't know, maybe if... Ooh, I think the last one was the Remedy, but there's no harm in checking some other combinations. You know what to do. I'm just gonna give him the same shit, right? Like... It's like, we know this is it. Like, I don't know, will you get mad at me that I'm not trying a different combination? Go on, eat it, drink it up. Try this. Thank you. Actually, I wonder if this is the time when I actually got it right. Just what I needed. Yeah. Again, see, like, even, like, 2 lines of new dialogue, and my brain immediately is like, hey, what's going on? A tea-based drink that's warm and cool at the same time. I mean, it's just tea, milk, milk, right? Oh, let me reset, actually, sorry. Tea, warm and cool. So that would add warmth, but that's add too much bitterness to it. The mint would add coolness, but also a lot of bitterness. Honey would add sweetness. Cinnamon would add warmth. Oh, well, let me just do this, and then I don't know what to add from there. You want a little bit of warmth, you want a bit of cool. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Let me actually, wait, hold on. Let me see if I just do tea again. Oh, okay, because I think I got this wrong last time, to be completely honest. I think mint, right? Yeah. Okay, here's what I'm worried about. The mint does add a lot of bitterness, but hopefully that's okay. We're gonna see. I definitely don't think I did this last time. I think I messed it up. I think I did what I was, like, working on last time, like, the tea with, like, the mint and something else. Exactly what I wanted, okay. But that wasn't, it looks like that wasn't new dialogue, so maybe I did get it right last time. Maybe it's, like, generous with how you do it. But yeah, I'm like, oh man, if Charles... He's a very nice man, by the way. I actually remember seeing him on the street as he was, like, getting coffee, and I was like, oh my god, like, I couldn't even believe it was him. I was like, is that Charles? And I, like, waved a little bit, and he, like, smiled at me, you know, it was really nice. And I was like, oh my... Oh... You know, like, deer caught in headlights kind of thing. Very cool man, you know, met him a couple times now. You know, just for autographs, and I was in the Q&A for a panel one time, and I was asking him about his work on... Bit Trip 1 or 2, actually, because I was like, you know what, everyone's gonna ask him Mario questions, and of course, you know, I'm sure he's used to it, and I'm, you know, I in no way want to, you know, I don't want to be like, you know, I'm a cooler fan, you know what I mean, to be like, you know, but I just wanted to ask something that I feel like maybe he doesn't get asked about a lot, I think kind of like my idea, just because, you know, I want to be like, even though I'm sure he's very nice, I'm sure he's okay with Mario questions, and that's what he's expecting, but I was just kind of like, you know, let me, you know, throw something a little different in there, just, you know, because I also wanted some insight, because Bit Trip Runner 2 is actually probably one of my favorite games of all time. I 100%ed the shit out of that game. Perfect. Absolutely loved it. Although we don't think we have told you about the name we use on Earth, so this is the slip up, what he was talking about, okay, again, it's just that, you know, you kind of remind me of our first man on the moon. Oh, really? We have chosen the right name then, because that was where our name came from, Neil Armstrong. That's very funny. This has happened 3 times now. You really are hiding something, huh? What are you talking about? That's really funny. Because I remember the first time I saw Neil, I was like, huh, throw a little curveball. Exactly, Peastone _ and thank you very much for showing up. Oh, well, is that your real name? And then we can fast forward. But yeah, because yeah, Bit Trip Runner 2, so good. I still haven't started 3, even though I own it, because I heard middling things about 3, to be completely honest. But yeah, loved 2. So I'm gonna try to give him this recipe now, actually, I think, and just to see what happens. So it's called the Milky Way, and it's milk, honey, and mint. So you could actually get this right the first time, which I think is very interesting. Like, you could, so I'd be interested to see what's going, you know, what happens. Let me serve up. Open Twitch back up. So does this not take place on Earth? So this game takes place on, it's like an alternate version of Earth. It's actually Seattle in 2019 or 2020. I already forgot, but I think it's one of the two, which is actually kind of weird because it like predicts, it's called like Coachella, even though it is in person, but like it talks about like a pandemic maybe hitting the Earth. And this game, as far as I know, was completely, I think it came out early 2020, like January 2020. So I was like, oh god, that's eerie. But yeah, it's like a fantasy version of Earth where there's like elves and vampires and stuff like that, and they all kind of like coexist, you know, semi-peacefully. Early 2020 game, yeah. Let's see, I hope I got this right. Thank you. What the... Interesting. Before you ask, yes, that's how they drink. This... This is new. What is this? Oh, he's like, surprised. We have never been able to taste anything in our life, but this is a breakthrough. We have to report immediately. Done. Thank you so much from all our kind. You are one interesting person. Thank you. That was a compliment. Yeah, okay. So that was the new dialogue for today. So, oh, this is new. But we believe it is alright to share it with you tonight. Thanks to this eye-opening drink from the barista, I owe you this story. So what? Oh, so Freya never got Neil's story, I guess, which is why her book didn't sell when we did the first playthrough. It didn't sell well. Everyone, including us and you and everyone else, is tasked to keep the balance of the universe, but sometimes it is hard for some civilizations to maintain balance by themselves because unknown threats that are beyond each civilization's power can appear. And that is where we come in. I still don't get the relations between that and impregnating us. You're quite dense, aren't you? Hey, you came here to give seed so a half-breed of your kind can be born on Earth. That is correct. The half-breeds will be half earthling and half whatever you are. Yes. Assuming that you have some powers that we can't comprehend, you are trying to make sure Earth will have its own protector. That is 100% correct. You're trying to give us a superhero. Yes, that is what your people will call the protector. But why go through all the hassle? Alright. You. Garbage truck. It sounds like a lot of work. Why not just explain this to someone? I'm sure a lot of women wouldn't mind giving birth to a superhero. Sadly, it is not that simple. The future protector has to be someone that loves this planet more than anything. They have to be born out of love, which we have learned is a very complicated feeling on Earth. We have it easier back home due to the nature of our communication. We understand everyone deeply by default. So everyone on our planet loves each other from the moment they're born. Oh, okay. That sounds beautiful and creepy. Why? It sounds like your planet is a giant spherical orgy. That was a badly chosen word, but it is roughly similar to the truth. Oh my. If what you say is true, shouldn't we help them to get laid with love? Guidance is all we need. Otherwise, we might be responsible for the birth of a super evil person instead. That's fun. Well, how's the mission going so far? We cannot say it is going well. I'm not surprised with how quirky and unique you are. Not many women can handle that. Could you handle them, though? Me? I don't know. What do you think? You're pretty... Oh, okay. So then... Okay, that was the end of the new dialogue. So let me check the friend app real quick. So who did I just become? Oh, so that's how I get to be closer friends with Hyde, is by talking, giving Neil... I guess the correct drink was what did it, and then Neil as well. This unlocked everything for Neil, because I think he was just a 1, or like a 0 or whatever. Interesting. Sorry, banked my wrist on the thing. Yeah, and the last one involved you on your second visit. Okay. Interesting. So now we gave him that, so then... Okay. Okay. So there's also going to be a thing about Freya that I'm kind of intrigued by. About giving her the drink she needs rather than the one she asked for. Which I don't know if that's also... I don't know if that's tied to, like, the final, like, ending graphic. I'm assuming that's what it is, but I'm kind of intrigued by this whole new ending path. And, like, Neil's, like, mission. Very weird. I think that was actually kind of sequence breaking, because I think Neil will probably tell me if I redo everything. Neil would probably... Because I think the idea is, like, sending a message to Neil. So I think that's what the message was supposed to be, is, like, sending it to that, like, that drink that they can actually taste. Very interesting. September 30th, 2020. Yes, this game takes place 2020. Which I was actually playing it, like, almost when I started, like, semi-close to when, like, the 2-year anniversary some of these days. Granted, I don't know how days work necessarily. Like, they might have switched it up a little bit. I can just skip through all this again. FBI agent, or FIRE agent. And you're like, oh, I don't know anything, etc., etc. Aqua's here with Myrtle. Green tea with a lot of mint. That is normal tea. My bad. Green tea, mint, mint. Brew it up. So this means we're on day 9 out of 14 right now. So yeah, this is going by pretty quick. Okay, this is how I learned about this one. This is what I was thinking of. Wow, 43 minutes in, even with skipping the dialogue and everything. Crazy. But I mean, I was definitely stopping to, like, talk and, you know, that kind of stuff. And there was some, you know, some of the conversations were longer. I was looking here for the drink. For some reason, it's TT milk. Got it. How long is this game without skipping? So I've been playing this game. I played the entirety of this game on stream, so I can actually look through my VODs real quick. Looks like 2 hours, oh, whoops, let me click the all. So it would be 1.5 hours, 2.5 hours, 5 hours. So probably about 7 hours is how long it took me. Granted, I was taking breaks to, like, talk and stuff like that, and, you know. So in the other video I saw, it was like, it took someone roughly 6 hours. So, you know, it's partially based on your reading speed. I'm sure if I was playing this game alone, it'd be a lot quicker. Someone also did in like 3 hours, but they weren't talking. I don't know if the 6-hour version was talking too, but, you know, it's like I can read faster than I can talk. So, you know, if you're playing it alone, 4 hours, 5 hours, again, depending on your ability with reading and stuff like that. Not super long. And then I guess now that I'm doing all this stuff, maybe add an extra hour to it, in terms of getting the true ending, which as far as I know you cannot do on your first playthrough. This is something you have to fast forward through, because it specifically says, you know, go back to these days. Hey Rachel, what's up? A sweet hot chocolate. You got it. One had sweetnut honey. So do I just do 2 honey? That sounds right. Cocoa, honey. Honey chocolate. So she must have liked it the first time because I can fast forward through this. Oh, she does that special. Interesting. I wonder if that was wrong then. Was it supposed to do chocolate, honey? I don't know. Because yeah, that's almost certainly the exact same thing she said last time. I remember being disappointed because I was like, I got it right. She goes, no, you didn't. Chocolate, milk, ginger. Unless that's just what she always says, you know, I really don't know. But it's based on the way it's worded. I like Hendry's vibe. Oh man, I don't know if you saw the highlight on my Twitch, but God, what a fun character Hendry is. Jesus Christ, I loved him. I guess still love him. He's still alive. He doesn't die or anything, but I... Okay. Yep, we're talking. See, like, stuff right here is why I'm questioning, like, how would I have messed up their relationship based on my actions in the game to, like, generate a bad ending? So after I get the true ending and all that, I definitely want to look up, like, how that's even possible. Like, are you messing up every single drink you give people? Like, I don't know. Because overall, I mean, I got everyone's correct ending, aside from the true ending, except for Freya's, which now I know why. I don't know if you're expected to know, because I don't think they give you the recipe for the bed chamber before you talk to Freya. I think that might be like an experimentation kind of thing. I said that wrong probably, but yeah, I don't know. It seems like the way I did it was like fairly common though. Like everyone else seems to have the same. Because I was looking up, like, why am I missing one? They're like, yeah, this is, you know, everyone's like, why am I missing one? It was October 1st, 2020, Thursday. Okay. Start the day. So this is day 10, I believe. Okay, this is the day that Neil works here. Okay. So we just need to get to day 14. Oh, I'm hungry. I have not eaten anything all day, and my stomach is punishing me for it. Thankfully, I don't think there's much left, to be honest, depending on how long the dialogue at the very, very end is. And then also, I don't know what day... I want to say it's day 12, maybe, because it's like the day before she has her 2-week break. That I can give her the bed chamber to, like, make her books, which I'm not sure if that makes her book sell better, or if it's the fact that she gets more information from Neil that makes the game, or the book sell better. Your favorite, our favorite. Anything, I trust you with the decision. So, I mean, if it's his favorite, that would be the... I mean, I don't think it really matters, to be honest, but I'll just do milk, honey, and mint. Milk, honey, mint. Because that is the drink that he can actually taste. Do you think the drinking with a finger thing is a Men in Black reference? Quite possibly. To be fully honest, I have not seen Men in Black in a long, long time. So, I don't... Yeah, if that's in Men in Black, totally. I believe it. Because this game seems pretty, up to... Like, they definitely have allusions to, you know, pop culture stuff, but it's, like, framed within its own, you know, way. Like, instead of the FBI agent, it's the FIRE agent. I mean, they talk about, like, immigration from... In this case, it's Atlantis. You know, it's very... Coffee with a little bit of ginger, please. You got it. Coffee, ginger. I remember not hating Men in Black 3. I don't remember, like, loving it, but I remember being like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. Hopefully she likes this. And then I did not see Men in Black 4, which most people didn't. Or technically it was Men in Black International with... God, what was it? I think that was Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson, I think. And I think Tessa Thompson's character, she grew up and she was like someone who accidentally saw her mom getting her memory wiped. And then I think Kumail Nanjiani's in it. I remember it just looked bad, and everyone's like, yeah, this game's bad. And it was like, okay. I don't know what we're doing here. Who knows? I know, man, you know what, though? I will say, I really wish that they made that 21 Jump Street Men in Black crossover movie they kept talking about. I think, even if it was bad, I would have been in theaters for it. Because I would have, either way it shakes out, I wanted to see how it would have come out. Because, you know, why not? If it's fucking... God, who's in the 21... I think that's Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill with... It'd be Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. Like, you know, I'll watch that movie. Oh, was there supposed to be a Ghostbusters? Or what? Wait. No, I'm pretty sure it was 21 Jump Street and Men in Black. But I want to say there was some sort of weird Ghostbusters crossover movie that they were, like, in the talking stages about. But I could be wrong about that. I still haven't seen Afterlife, and I also did not finish Ghostbusters 2016 or whatever, the one with Melissa McCarthy. But I don't think it seems like I didn't miss much. Like, at first people were like, oh yeah, Afterlife, they're bringing it back, you know, like, we're getting, this is what Ghostbusters should be. And then the reviews came out and people were like, that's fine. Like, they were really trying to hype it up, and people were like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Ghostbusters ain't that great, like, I don't know. Men in Black and 21 Jump Street was the one I always heard rumors about. Yeah. A drink for a bitter heart. Okay, yeah, so we're near the end of the game already. This must be day... What did I just say last day was? I think last time I said it was day 10 or 11, so this is 12 or 13, so this is chocolate, ginger, and cinnamon. Chocolate, ginger, cinnamon. Boy, this coffee... Boy, this coffee talk English, Spanish, and French. Boy, this coffee talk euros, dollars again. Boy, this... Boy, this coffee talk... What is it, wet or wetter than a well? Here you go. Oh, I can just fast forward all this again. It's just nerds from the early 80s complaining. Yeah, that's all it is. I need to rewatch Ghostbusters at some point. Sorry. Please. Oh, is this when I have to make her the bedchamber, or is this when I have to make her the espresso? I'm gonna make her the thing she needs. Whoops, oh, whoops. Oh no, wait. Oh, shit. I forgot that I can't just go on Safari on here. Hold on. It was just a black screen. It should have come back okay? Wait, hold on. Okay, you can still hear the music. Good. I'm a professional. It is... Let me pull up bedchamber. Because technically this is what she needs. So I guess we have that dialogue after. It is... milk, cinnamon, and honey. Milk? Oh, that would put me to sleep, probably. Boop. Okay, serve it up. But yeah, I need to... I was like a kid when I watched Ghostbusters the first time. So, like, I don't know. Like, is Ghostbusters good? Is the first... You know, is it... What the hell, dude? This is even coffee. Drink. But this is what? Drink. Okay, it's on the house. It better be. Okay. So that was new dialogue. Because, yeah, we're supposed to... Although, thanks to your drink, I'm not sure whether I'll be able to stay awake or not. Okay. So the idea, I believe, is that she actually goes to sleep and she doesn't, like, rush the book, but she still gets it done and it sells better than it does in the original ending. Gingerbread coffee, please. You got it. I know exactly how to make that. Don't pay attention to me. It's coffee, ginger, cinnamon. Yeah, that makes sense. It's gingerbread. Brew it up. Okay, so I think I did everything right all these days, so now when we get to day 14, it should just be ending. I shouldn't have to reload any days. Okay. So these guys are going to talk, they're going to reconcile. I think I have one more day after this, and then it's the 2-week break, but I could be incorrect about that. So we'll see. Man, imagine if you're, like, the fastest speed reader in the world, and you've, like, got this entire game's plot in, like, 30 minutes. You're like, done. Easy. And then the animation of them coming together. And I think that's coffee pouring into a heart, I guess? Okay, sorry. Someone in the chat is sending me pictures of them grocery shopping. And they're getting mac and cheese, apple, peach, what the fuck is this? Yogurt? Oh, squeezable fruit blend, mushrooms, salad and salad dressing, granola, pork, and LaCroix. That was weird, yeah. So, whoever that person in the chat was, good luck. I want to see what someone in the chat is getting at the store. Well, you know, if it's not you and it, you know, if it's the other person, you should ask the other person, you know. Maybe they can direct message you what they're getting at the grocery store. Even though, you know, they might know that you're streaming. Okay. Oh, okay, now it's the werewolf stuff. That's chat. We have a group chat for this very reason. Well, you know, we don't know who the other person in the chat is, and if they're in our group chat, you know, we have no idea. Okay. I will say, I like the soundtrack, you know, it's pretty fun, pretty jazzy. I might reload this day just because I do really want to see what happens if you don't give him the, let's see, tea, milk, and ginger. Got it. I'm 100% going to pull it back up just to be 100% certain. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to remember. Tea, milk, ginger. Yeah, I really want to know what happens if you give him the wrong drink on purpose. Because I don't know what he would do. Like, I'm sure no one dies, but I would assume, like, he gets arrested. Wow. Also, this actually makes a lot of sense that Freya's now more awake, because she's, like, in a state of shock, so I think there's a lot of, like, cool writing stuff where it's like, okay, that makes sense. Like, why, even though you gave her the stuff to make her go to bed, you know, she's still, like, up and at him. So this is day, I think this is the penultimate day, I believe? Oh yeah, because this is the day Gallus shows up and, like, apologizes for everything. Right, so I guess you wouldn't be expected to give the bed chamber today, because I think we have that discussion about giving customers what they need rather than what they want today. Hey, Decky. Oh, okay. Good evening, Freya. You look very cheerful today, and it's all thanks to you. What did I do? Oh, I just skipped a line of dialogue. My bad. I finally got a good night's sleep last night. Nope, that's not the one I skipped. Oh, she just laughed. Like, I slept like a log. A proper 12 hours of closing my eyes and not think 12 hours, Jesus, not thinking about anything. Good for you. You really needed that. I know, but I had the deadline coming, and I've been pushing myself to finish this draft. A bit too much, I guess. So how's it going now? You won't believe this. I probably will. When I woke up this afternoon, the words just flowed through me like water, and not force crap like I've been writing recently, and that's why taking a break is important. Yeah, you don't need to start lecturing me now. So what's your plan now? Now is in right this moment, I'm planning to go to the bathroom and wash my face, and after that, I'll continue writing. Sounds like a solid plan. You know where the restroom is. I think the stuff with washing her face, I think, is the same. Okay, there you go. Right, and then she wants to order a drink, Gal ends up buying her a drink, because he was very sorry about trashing my establishment. Sugar and spice, you got it, wouldn't that be nice? And I know how to make it. I got it right here, coffee, honey, cinnamon. Coffee, honey, cinnamon, brew it up. And fast forward. Okay. So how's everything going on with you guys? Galahad. Oh, it's tea, ginger, milk, right? Nope, just hit it wrong. Tea, ginger, milk. Brew it up. Hopefully my memory worked. I know I just made it literally maybe 2 minutes ago. Nope. Tea, milk, ginger. All right. It is tea. Tea, milk, ginger. Right. Okay. I don't want to ever take one of those cognition tests because I'm going to find out some bad things about my brain. I'm going to be like, oh, honey, it works bad. But it's really just, like, short-term memory stuff, because, like, then long-term memory, it's like you talk to me about, like, some obscure-ass, like, Let's Play video or something, and then I'll be like, oh, yeah, from 2013. I remember like it was yesterday. You know, like this. Coffee. No. It's coffee, milk. Boop, boop. Even though she actually spelled it different than the order says it. So, goes to show you should always order from a professional. Unless that's a different drink, in which case I will be burning down the coffee shop. Okay. Right, so then this is when the stuff with Rachel and her dad get resolved. Yeah, I remember the most obscure video game facts. Yeah, it's just... Oh, look, there's Hendry as a cat. God, so cute. What did I have for dinner last night? Couldn't tell ya. Yeah. Like, it's just like, who knows? Oh, you know what? Okay, wait, hold on. Now I'm actually understanding some of this. Because, I think what happens is that if you serve Gallo the wrong drink, so I guess the bad endings are connected, maybe, where Gallo would have been arrested, and then if Gallo wasn't here, maybe it would have taken Henry longer to go to the hospital. God, I wonder if he would have, like, died or something. And then Rachel wouldn't have gotten her good ending as well. Okay. Huh. Very intriguing. So maybe I will reload that day. Just a Spice Lady, a British chocolate drink extremely popular in the 90s. I do kind of want to reload that day just to see what's going on. I mean, I still have time. The Silent Hill stream isn't until 2. Their stream. I'm not streaming the Silent Hill stuff because I have nothing interesting to say because I do not know jack shit about Silent Hill. So this is day... Oh, I thought yesterday was the penultimate day, but I guess today is? Right? Fast forward. Oh, well, I guess there might be 15 days. Maybe that's it. Espresso. Coffee. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, deadline's into... Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna say this is the penultimate night. So then I think this is, like, the final, like, stuff with Rachel and all that. Well, technically there's more, but, you know. Let's see here. Chocolate. I mean, I actually do need to test, like, OBS to see, like... Because, man, if I could just be a React channel, it'd be great. That's not what's gonna happen, I don't think, but, you know. If I could do streams. I actually found video footage of me recording, like, a reaction to, like, a Nintendo Direct. I don't even remember why I recorded it. I think I was just, like, bored. Like, I was watching it live, and I was like, what do I do with this video? Like, I think it's, like, 2 years old. It was just, like, shot on my iPhone. It was, like, I don't know. But for future Nintendo Directs, depending on the timing, I would be open to, you know, if it's, like, 30 minutes, it's like, yeah, I'll watch it. You know, it'll bring in the viewers, because people are like, oh, Nintendo Direct, like, let me see this guy. I want to get this guy's opinion. You know, they'll look at me with the glasses and the silly graphic tees. They'll be like, he definitely has some strong-held opinions about the gaming industry. And especially Nintendo games. 2 weeks later. Okay, so then this is the final day of the game. So we're going to get some new dialogue, and we're going to figure out what the true ending of the game is. And then we'll go back and see if we can, like, ruin the relationship between someone and their father and get a guy arrested. Surprisingly, they liked it. That's amazing. Okay, so last time we played, they said they weren't thrilled about it, but they still accepted it. I know, right? I couldn't believe it either. They told me if the book sells well, they'll definitely sign me for a second book. I'm so happy for you. Anyway, whatever. Oh, okay. And then that was it. That's the new dialogue based on Freya and giving her the bedchamber, but I believe there's still other new dialogue based on a slip-up of the barista, like, knowing things they shouldn't know. So let's see what's going on. I don't know how you would mess up the relationship between Myrtle and Aqua. So definitely... Yeah, I don't know. And then you could also, I guess, mess up the relationship between Lua and Bailey's. Which I think it must just be serving them, like, the wrong order. Yes. Okay. Oh, new stuff. By the way, I haven't seen your final draft. May I read it? Sure, I brought an extra copy. Let's see. Oh, so I guess my notes for her would be different. The main character is a time traveler. Subtly, I mentioned it just enough to raise suspicion. Where'd you get the inspiration for the character? You know the answer. Why would I? Either you're smart enough to get what I mean, or you already know what my answer is. Don't think about it too much. It's only a story. Okay. Yeah, so basically she's on to me, is what we're learning. Okay, and then this is like the ending credits, so we'll find out after this. Lua visits this place more often now that they live nearby. The last time they came, they were talking about catering and venues. So I guess, yeah, it must be animated in a way where... Oh, I guess they phrase it specifically to... So that way if she's alone... Because I was wondering why they don't say Bailey's. He said he's considering moving... Okay, back to Seattle. She allows it. New game. Aqua continues her work with the university. She's still working on small indie games. The difference is she's not alone now. Neil. The only news about their superhero breeding mission are the 2 postcards they sent me. So the superhero... Oh, that's actually different text. Rachel's back at the recording studio preparing for her first solo album. She found a new manager, someone who's made the news. It's a legend coming back to the industry. Mr. Hendry. And then Freya, and finally Freya, she finished her book, got published, and have some signing sessions. I don't think that's right. It was a massive success, sold out even after the 4th printings, and might be adapted to a movie. She's working... Okay, so now I just got the trophy for that. Perfect. Coffee Talk, a game by Toge Productions. Press any key to skip. So I believe that's just getting the credits, and hopefully not. Okay, here we go. So, she found out, huh? Clever as usual. God of Caffeine, achievement unlocked. In some timelines, yeah. Timelines? But I have to ask you this. Why? Why what? Why do all this? Opening the cafe, connecting people. I just like to make sure things go all right. Besides, yes, I also have to make sure that I'll exist on Earth. Huh. That's one hell of an important task indeed. It is. Don't tell me that was it. So I guess he's the superhero guy. Oh, that was it. So I guess he's the superhero meant to, like, bring balance in the world. And that guy was Neil. So that's my dad. And also he's a doctor at the hospital that Gala works at, I guess is what I'm supposed to be gaining from this. Like, that's the information I'm supposed to be, like, walking away with. Interesting. Interesting. Let me put in Coffee Talk bad ending real quick. I mean, I guess I can just load the day too, to be honest, but I kind of just want to see. Let's see here. So you were a time traveler? Yeah, I guess I was a time traveler, because yeah, they were saying superhero because I'm half whatever Neil is. I guess this guy's was as a doctor. But yeah, I'm like the superhero in question. Also, I'm a time traveler, which I don't know what, I don't know what's going on there. There is Coffee Talk 2, has been announced and it's supposed to be coming out next year. So I don't know what's going on there, but I am intrigued. Like now I'm like, yeah, you're Neil's kid. If you make him a Milky Way, he'll tell everyone, yes, leave it with a protector. I have to make sure I'll exist on Earth. I think Neil succeeds in his mission on the Brace to Super. So I wonder if Neil's going to be in the second game as well, and you're like helping him get laid, or if you've done enough in the first game, or like, what's the? Oh, it says go to extras, comics, and episode 6 will have your. Did I get a new comic that I didn't know about? Let me see here. Is this number 6? Want to be my wife? The interaction. Wait, have I supposed to have been clicking on these? Were there parts of the comic I wasn't reading when I... Oh, shit, I wasn't reading the whole comic this whole time. Okay, but I can't bring myself to actually go in tomorrow for sure. Okay, this is the day, excuse me, tomorrow for sure. So this, can I ask you a few questions? Are you ready to this coffee shop? I've never been here ever. Am I overthinking it? Today for sure. No, maybe I did read these. I'm trying to remember. Even separation doesn't taste better as it should be. No, this is definitely... Are you alright? Things, like, feelings don't bother me anymore? Of course it still does. You can never get used to heartbreak. Is he gonna cry? Wow. Not a real fan. I'm not. It's the usual bar gala. Roger. I totally thought it was just a little preview. It's the same day every day. Each of these people have their own stories, yet I struggle to come up with one. The sun sets nice at least, and another snap from my Tomodachi. My friends are enjoying the summer day. It's nice being... Okay, the scrolling. Oh, I didn't know that. I took one step outside and my head is full of stories. The room sucks. The creativity away from me. This room sucks. How about you, dear page 1? Are we ready to move on? Let's get outside together. I guess it showed. Okay. Oh, you weren't here. Another kid showed up in the hospital. He was only lightly bruised, but his sister was inconsolable. Still, I must have reacted too strongly to the blood. Mommy, why is he so scary? Shush, dear, don't point. Did you see his scars? He's a werewolf. I guess it showed. Yo, Gala, tough shift, eh? How about a drink? Not today, thanks. What's with him? He looked grimmer than usual. I guess it's that time of the month. It's not a good day for his kind. Seeing blood of kids reminded me of the war, and it reminded me of my worst self. Maybe a werewolf like me has no business working in a hospital. This is for you, sir. Cheer up. But I guess it wasn't all that bad. What should I do for a 400 follower celebration? I don't know. I don't, what do people do for, I don't know, usually it's like, I don't follow enough Twitch streamers to know what they do for celebrations. Usually it's some sort of torture on yourself. I don't know, a scary game in VR, perhaps. Give away a toaster oven, perhaps, you know, these are all good ideas that I'm saying. I think these are all very strong possibilities. Okay, so, oh, sorry. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I sent the latest design last night. No, that's the final. Wait, another revision? You're kidding. I'm not doing another revision. 2 revisions and that's the end of it. No, I don't care what your boss said. That's your job. I'm not. Alright, I'll get it done. Does it have to be tonight? Yeah, I get it. Sure, thanks. Hey, it's me. Sorry, I don't think I can make it tonight. No, it's fine. The client. I know I will. Yeah, I'll grab something to eat on the way. I know. Thanks, love. Thank you for your input. You got it. So this, I guess this is supposed to have answers. Be your... Sorry. Be your mate. Ew, that's gross. Get away from me. This interaction did not yield results as hoped. I may have used the wrong method of communication. We have not been able to find a proper communication protocol for this method. It seems that our observation was inadequate. We might lack a crucial tool in this method of communication. Could that be? Excuse us, citizens of Earth. We see that you're consuming a certain substance while communicating. What is the substance crucial to communication? Is this some kind of weird interview? But to answer your question, no, it's just coffee. If not because of the substance, what is the key to the success of your courtship then? Seriously, we don't know, dude. We matched on Kindler and decided to give it a go. Kindler? Yeah, it's a dating... Oh, like Tinder. We see that this... I think they mentioned this earlier. Like, we mentioned this Kindler is crucial for Earth's method of courtship. Perhaps it's beneficial for us to evaluate ourselves. Is this new? According to the user's manual, Earthlings swipe left or right according to one's breeding preferences. However, this information is severely lacking. For example, there are no genetical information at all. Yet, despite a lot of these ambiguities, Earthlings are under no danger of extinction by underpopulation. Perhaps there is more of their method of communication that we are yet to understand. They always put the... Oh, no, they do always put it at the top of the final one. Okay. I don't know what that was answering in terms of that Reddit, because they were talking about... Have your... I don't know. Yeah, okay. Interesting. So does that mean Neil can also travel time? Oh, here's a Reddit saying, is there a bad ending? Let me click on this real quick. Each of the characters have their own endings. If you constantly serve the wrong drinks, you will get them all at once, but you can get some bad ones and some good ones. Like if you serve the wrong drinks, Freya's book won't be a hit, Myrtle and Aqua won't be friends, they're a little more than friends, etc. And this person's like, Freya's book can be a hint, or can be a hit, yes. Yeah, oh, I did the stupid thing again. I was thinking like open up Twitch. GG, absolutely. I guess I can load up that one day real quick if I can. Just to see what happens. Oh, that's nice that it shows you who shows up. Oh god, what day is it? If it's Gala... Oh, it shows the werewolf icon right there. Okay, so let me go to number 2 real quick. Just to see what happens if you fuck it up. You know, I'm assuming he gets arrested and then maybe something wrong happens with Mr. Hendry. I got another text, but then iMessage froze on me. Okay, that's something that I gotta look into later. Very in the near future. What's the plot of the game? So basically this game you're playing as a barista in like a fictionalized version of Earth in the year 2020 where there's like different species like Nekomimis, werewolves, orcs, like mer people, and stuff like that. And then what you learn by the time you end the game is that you are some sort of time traveler who's also like half human, half whatever species, like some sort of alien species. Neil, out of the suit, seems to appear to be human, but I'm assuming that's some sort of like disguise. Okay, Sexer saying everyone's racist, and it's like, I wonder if we were all racist. Not true. There is a whole thing about this guy here, the elf, and his partner who's a succubus, because elves are like, you can't marry non-elves, but everyone else is like pretty cool, and like, and they even talk about how like, wow, like Freya's book is like, what if, you know, people cared about race or whatever, and it's one of those things where like, especially like, god, the fact that this game came out in early 2020, like, obviously it's like an illusion, like they're not trying to be like funny, but it's more just like, you know, we have our shit figured out in this fantasy Earth, and it's like, okay, elf equals Mormon, yeah, it's like definitely, you know, some fun white supremacy stuff. I mean, I don't want to fuck up. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. We've seen everything. I'll just give her the coffee. You're supposed to give her the bed chamber, which you find out. Who's green here? This is Freya, who's like kind of like the mascot of the game, I guess, because you don't see the barista at any point. You just see her. I think she's on like the main art of like her going like that kinda. Human. I believe she's human. Yes, I believe she is human. And she's like writing a book, and she's like a freelance writer who gets like who's like trying to like get a book deal. And then she's like, I'm gonna write about the people in the cafe. And then on the first playthrough, she's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna write about like a barista. And then the second time she goes, I'm gonna write about a time traveler, because the second time you play through, you have like little slip-ups where you accidentally say stuff before you're supposed to know what it is. The barista's a self-insert. Yeah, I mean that's what it seems like. Let's see. Okay, these guys are gonna talk. Now, before anyone says anything about the barista being a self-insert, let's all just take a minute to be respectful, as you remember that the man who did do the writing for this game has passed away. So just before anyone says anything rude about that, just a fun thing to remember, just so we're all nice, because by all means, seem like a nice guy. Even though, you know, even me admittedly, whenever I see someone that's a self-insert, it's like, alright, but temperature-wise, it's 92. Wait, what? About me or so? Yeah, I don't know if you're responding to me, but yes, unfortunately, I believe his name was, oh, I should pull it up in the credits, Mohammed Fati? Let me see, coffee. But yeah, unfortunately, he passed away, I believe, earlier this year, I want to say, so a couple years after the game came out. Yeah, he died at 32, Mohammed Fahmy. Very unfortunate. They never said, you know, how, why, or anything like that. But unfortunately, he passed away. And so I'm assuming that the next game is going to be, you know, dedicated to him. And, you know, assuming that he worked on it quite a bit before his passing, depending on, I guess, partially that's dependent on, you know, what he passed away of and that kind of thing. But very unfortunate, because this game is pretty neat. So I'm just going to make him the wrong thing. Let's give him milk, like he's a cat, and see what happens. Music's still fun, though. It reminds me of, like, Ace Attorney. So what happens? Here's your... Oh, he won't even drink it if it's the wrong thing. That's interesting. Oh, no, okay. But this is new. He's looking at me. He's very much still upset. Oh, okay. He's still upset. Ooh, yeah. Well, it was the wrong drink, so... Oh, but he leaves anyway. Okay. But I'm assuming he's still gonna get arrested. Or, like, something bad's gonna happen, I would assume. So I guess we'll see what happens in the next day. If he... Oh, that's interesting, because then would he even show up the next day? I wonder. We're gonna find out, and then I guess we'll see. I don't know if there's a way... I mean, I guess if I redid the very final day again, I'd find out, like, if the text is different about, like, you know... Would Hyde even, like, decide to move back into... You know, to Seattle? If Gallow's like, okay, welcome. So who's, okay, so I can just fast forward, because so far there's new dialogues. Let's see. Is he still gonna come in? Is he gonna be mad at me that I didn't give him the right thing? What the? Oh, it's Rachel and not... So Gal hasn't even shown up. Or does she show up later? What's going on? Huh. I think he's supposed to show up. Your father, of course. What the hell was he thinking coming back? So we... Okay, so this has already happened. Like, we know about... Like, this isn't necessarily new dialogue, but I think it's because Gallo's not here, so it's out of order. So I think it's registering as new, maybe? So I can't fast forward? Interesting. Latte's ready. Yeah, I can't fast forward through any of this. Not just yet. But this is all like it's like this is all the same. Okay. So I wonder if I just have to like go through all this dialogue as if it's new, and then the day ends normally, or like what happens? Because yeah, all this party stuff, exactly the same. Oh, you know what though? No, I mean, most of this dialogue is... I'm trying to remember if Gala, like talked that much to Rachel during this. He's usually pretty silent. And doesn't like necessarily interrupt on conversations. But yeah, so far this is all the same. And then now Hendry's here. Oh, but then I wonder what happens if Gala isn't here to like take him to the hospital. Okay, Dad, is that Mr. Hendry? Yes, what happened? Cup of milk. Okay. I brought apple strawberry pouches as a little snack. I feel like a kindergartner. You should. Forgot. Here. Let's see. Thank you. Dad, please hold on. Can somebody help me call an ambulance, please? Okay, let me call them. Thank you. Okay, so then it just ends. Okay. Interesting. Where are they? On the way. Hang on, Pops. Okay. This is taking... Oh, so because Gala's not here, they're taking a longer time. I hope he doesn't die. Ooh. Okay, and then now we can fast forward to the next day. Okay. Interesting. Do-do-do. Sunday, October 4th. I remember when I was like, this stream's gonna be an hour, and then somehow it's like just as long as like all the other days. Oh no, so I can fast forward because everything's still the same. Maybe Georgie would tell us about Gala getting arrested, maybe? Espresso. Got it. Okay. Skip. Okay. All still the same, I guess. It's still the same, so hopefully she says everything's alright. Fast forwarding. Okay. But, oh, here we go. But we arrived just a little too... No! No! Oh, some of the damage might be... Oh, that's still fucked up. I'm glad he... Oh, no! He might never be able to walk properly again. It's all because of me. Oh, shit. Damn. That's fucked up. Wow. That's sad. I do not like playing God in this way, I'll be honest. I'm glad there's multiple timelines. This is just one of the timelines, but I definitely like being in the timeline where everyone's happy. Who cares? What is wrong with you? Sweet old man. And you have no empathy for him. Sweet old cat man. And you're cruel. Press any key. I think this is just the final day again, which I'm assuming there will be some new dialogue. I don't think they still haven't actually said what happened to Gala. So I'll just fast forward through everything. I mean, this is, you know, last thing anyway. What happened to Mr. Mo Lester? I think he's still, like... She still knows that he's, like... Oh, you weren't here for the last stream, I think. But, you know, he was a pervert. Like, my data was spotty at the grocery store. Yeah, no, I'm actually redoing the game right now is what this stream was. I actually finished, like, the main, like, normal route plot yesterday. But yeah, he was a pervert who has, like, weird parties. And, like, the dad, like, basically bit him on the ass. It was like, you stay away from my daughter, and then that's why he got beat up. But yeah, that's about it. And then in the good ending for their relationship, he comes out of retirement as a music producer and then music manager and then manages his daughter. And then in the bad ending, I'm assuming she's alone. I don't know what goes on there, but we're gonna find out pretty soon here. Okay, she's still saying the time traveler stuff, and she's like, which is so funny that like she like there's a couple, which I guess I don't know what else you would think of, but it's one of those things where it's like, unless time travelers already exist in that world, I don't know if I'd immediately be like, you're a time traveler. Like, I know your kind. You know what I mean? Like, so, okay. So, Hyde and Gala are still fine, I guess. So I guess, interesting. But then why wasn't... It's like, I feel like if they actually said why Gala wasn't there, it would be new dialogue, which would then pop up. But for some reason, there was no new dialogue regarding his not being there. So interesting. Are they gay? The vampire. Yeah. The vampire, it's like you're starting to relate. I think the trophy, yeah, and then the little fuzzy handcuffs. So now Rachel's back at the recording studio preparing for her first solo album. She found a new manager, someone who made... Oh, what? I wonder if because I already did all the right... Well, okay, we'll see with Freya, because I definitely gave her the wrong drinks. Let's see this. It was a map. Oh, okay. Huh. So, yeah, so I don't think it's Nothing Matters. I think it's because I already did all the right stuff on this playthrough that I would have to, like, do another playthrough just to see, like, what happens between, like, Hyde and that kind of stuff. Yeah, but it's like I'm not... The game's very good. Don't think this justifies doing it again. I think that's something I can just, like, look at a YouTube video. Opening the cafe. This is weirder knowing that this is, like, my dad. But then also, I'm trying to think, like, does Neil know that he's your dad when, like, he's talking to you? I don't know, that's weird. That I'll exist on Earth. Ha, that's one hell of an important task indeed. It is. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out more in episode 2, who knows. Wait. Neil is your dad? Yeah, that's the implication when we were playing. I think you were, like, shopping. But the implication is that Neil basically talks about... He goes into detail about why he wants to breed, and the idea is that Earth needs a protector. And his mission is to breed with a woman, but it has to be born out of love. And then there's, like, stuff about how the barista is a time traveler, and then Neil's talking about, like, hey, you slipped up on these days, or, like, how's it been? I think you confessed that you slipped up on these days, so you replay the days and mess up and give away that you're a time traveler, that you know stuff. And then, yeah, the implication, even though it's question mark, the implication does seem to be that it's Neil, like, it's heavily implied, but then the thing that, like, messes me up is that it seems like it would just say that it's Neil, because, like, there's no other characters it could be. But hey, maybe we'll find out in episode 2. But yeah, it's like, that's what it seems like. Unless maybe that person is, like, part of Neil, because Neil refers to themselves as we a lot. So it could be that Neil is, like, 2 people, or, like, 2 entities in one, like, body. I don't know, but I also want to... Yeah, I think they say send a message back to us or something, which is why you do the Milky Way, but... I don't know. I don't think there'll be an episode 2. There will be an episode 2. They already said it comes out next year. I don't know why you said that. It comes out, I think, early next year. I think spring 2023. But yeah, it has a Steam page and everything. It's already confirmed and everything. I mean, they're moving on... I don't know how much the previous writer who passed away, like, worked on the plot and, like, storyline and all that stuff, but, you know, maybe a significant amount. I don't remember when exactly he unfortunately passed. It was March 2022, so unfortunately, you know, but I don't know how much of that, you know, if you're planning a 2023 release, you know, or maybe if they were planning it to come out, you know, earlier in, like, late 2022, you know, if you already have the story written, if how much of that was just, like, working on the actual gameplay. But there is a demo, it seems. Interesting. Yeah, so when that game comes out, I definitely would like to play it on stream and all that good stuff. But for now, I'm actually going to end the stream, because what else is there to say, really? So thank you very much to Peastone _, to Sexa _R, and to Ivana. Thank you very much. Fuck, again. Why? I liked playing this game. Liz, I get it. Some people don't like it. I thought it was neat. And I'm not going to apologize for that. But yeah, thank you very much to everyone who showed up today for the stream. Thank you very much for everyone who has showed up for and, like, watched the VODs and who have watched the highlights. Appreciate it very much. Tell a friend to follow. We're gonna get to affiliate. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna power through it because at this point I know so many different people who are affiliates now that like I think I can do it with like enough gung ho and tenacity and unemployment. I can become affiliates. Dating sims are cooler and there's boobs. There are unfortunately HuniePop cannot be streamed on Twitch, but yes, consistency and unemployment will do it. That's what it seems like. So thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to end the stream right here. I will see you next time. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream tomorrow. I might take a little break since I just beat a game, but who knows? Make sure you follow me so you know the next game I play. Bye. And now I actually have to go to OBS and all that good stuff to see. There's no stream safe HuniePop. You might be able to turn censors on, but to my knowledge, I think it's just straight up on the no playlist for HuniePop. As far as I'm aware, like it's just like they're just saying no. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Let's see. Twitch banned games. Even though you cannot see this list because I don't have. Oh, whoops! Now you can see Coffee Talk again. Prohibited games. So oh god, there's okay. Oh, House Party's on here. I mean that makes sense. Dairy Simulator, Suck My Dick or Die, a bunch of different soccer games. I'm not going to say the name of this one because that doesn't look great. Porno Studio Tycoon, makes sense. HuniePop 1 and 2, Honeycam Studio, Grezzo 1 and 2, Genital Jousting, you can't play, I didn't even think about that. Dramatical Murder, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Artificial Girl, Artificial Academy, 3X Chat, all randomized video chat platforms. Makes sense. What's Grezzo? For some reason I was thinking of Grezzo as that one game, but no, that's Haiti. I was thinking of where you're like that robot lady with the giant ass and boobs. Oh, Grezzo is also the developer that makes Zelda games, so that's not what I'm thinking of. Or that's not what I'm trying to Google. Grezzo the game. Looks like it's an Italian. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm seeing. Okay. There's a lot of copyright imagery and it looks like you shoot Jesus Christ maybe, so I can understand that. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this game. I can see why this would get banned. When are they making MLM HuniePop? I don't know. I don't know when. I mean, the only like game on that would be close here, I think, is Dramatical Murder, which I would not call it MLM HuniePop, but it is probably one of the only gay guy games on the banned list. Oh yeah, it's on Steam now. I remember when it like, was it like Japanese exclusive? I think on like the PSP. I mean, somehow it got word to like Tumblr and they found out, but yeah. So I'm not playing that game on stream. And then I don't know about, so many of these other games, but I would imagine most of these games are about. Wow, some of these titles are interesting. I'm not going to read the first part of this, but the second part is Violent Semen Inferno. So that's interesting. Okay. Well, I hope we've all learned a lot here. I should have gone to like the full cam for looking at this, but it's too late now. I mean, I can't. Here, watch this. What? Is it this button? Here's that button. Who knows? Look at that. I can do it. Oh, watch. I can do this too. Watch this. And then I'm back. Yeah, I know. I was thinking that exact same thing. And now I'm worried I'm going to have to cut that from the VOD or something in case my address shows up. Because I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to have to look at that in the VOD. To be like, okay, this one can't come out. I think the song I have on there right now is Lonely Rolling Star from Katamari. But yeah, so thank you very much. I want to redo my Be Right Back though, because I have video that I took for that is a good screen for ad breaks. Sure is. What sure is. Yeah, I want to do a different like screen though. I want something that moves. I have video that I recorded, and I wanted to do a thing, but I couldn't figure it out. And now I know more about After Effects, so I can do it. I was trying to do like a ticker of like multiple songs, even though I don't think I'm ever gonna like. Oh, Katamari, yeah. I don't think I'm ever gonna like have a Be Right Back for like that long of a time. But I was like trying to do like some sort of like almost like those like TV signals or whatever where it's like, I think that's what the Be Right Back right now says, like your regularly scheduled program will resume shortly. And I don't love the font and like I don't know, but I'll figure it out. I want some like natural aesthetic thing. I also have like some Louis Zong songs that I like. found for like a peaceful ambiance, but that might be like an intro stream thing where like, oh, lull you in, and then Lonely Rolling Star might be good for like, I mean, it almost might be good for like an outro, something, a little bit more upbeat. So who knows? But again, thank you very much to everyone who showed up. And this time when I'm saying goodbye, I actually mean it. And I will not be distracted by booby games. Bye.